Meanwhile, we continue to follow the depositions in the Zenaida Gonzalez lawsuit. Just yesterday, George and Cindy Anthony answered questions in that case. Now, a body language expert came into the News 13 studios, and she says George is near his breaking point, and his wife Cindy is also feeling pretty stressed out. All this after watching the video of the Anthony's depositions. News 13's Jacqueline Fell is joining us from the newsroom with one expert's thoughts on what the two are saying with their body language. Jacqueline?
Beth, Susan Constantine says that by watching the video from yesterday's depositions, she sees that the criminal and the civil cases against Casey Anthony are really taking a toll on her parents. And, understandably so. We watched yesterday's deposition in the defamation case, and Constantine says that she sees hostility from Cindy, but sadness from George.
I'm sad, I'm over it, I'm disgusted, and he closes his eyes and he's got a very strong feeling there. It's emotional. He's saying, I emotionally have had enough.
Body language expert Susan Constantine says George Anthony is sad. In Thursday's deposition, George showed a lot of emotions.
He tilts his head to the side, and this is one that says, hey, I'm not going to give you any information. He's aloof, and he's also showing arrogance. Then when he tapped into, okay, I've got one more question, he became defensive. He pulled his body language back.
I'm not going to be able to handle this too much longer, Brad.
And he's being very honest with you right here, because did you see where his head turned to the side? I can't handle this much longer. And he really can't. I think that he is at his breaking point here, and that really concerns me about his mental state.
She says this may be weighing on him so much because he wants to believe his daughter. Constantine says so does Cindy, but instead of showing signs of sadness, Constantine says Cindy is angry.
The top region of her face, her eyes are very fixed and stared-like, and her eyebrows go up. That's anger, okay? Now, when I take the paper and do just the opposite and look at the bottom region of her face, the mouth goes horizontal, and that's frustration and anger as well. She can't keep her mouth quiet. She just can't. She doesn't have control of that emotion.
Constantine says you can see the toll it's taking on Cindy physically.
But you can see her skeletal muscles, her cheekbones, you can see it in her neck. She's really gone through the loop here. She's gone through quite a bit. She's lost a lot of weight. She's also, to me, she doesn't look that healthy.
Constantine says while George continues to try to recover from the death of Kaylee, he's wrestling with his own emotions. But his wife, Cindy, who Constantine says is mentally stronger, is just fighting to stick with the story she's heard from Casey. Just to give an interesting side point of what's going on here, Constantine really looked at how they reacted to certain questions too. She said that George, when he didn't want to answer something, he would just kind of close his eyes, say, you know what, I don't want to talk about this, I want to leave. But Cindy went into that meeting yesterday sort of like, I'm in control, and a lot of times you saw her and the attorney John Morgan kind of saying, I'm going to do this my way. Just some interesting things about body language and things that we don't typically notice. Reporting in the newsroom, Jacqueline Fell, News.